pizza myself. But I digress. This is Castlevania 4 here on Speed Gaming 4. Arguably one of the hardest Castlevanias to speedrun. Mostly because there are a lot of instant death pits and just things that can kill you just in one hit. So the players will have to keep an eye on that. Nothing too crazy right now. Both of the players are getting their power-ups, and they're taking some damage boosts. Every time you see Simon taking damage, it's usually intentional, because Simon walks very slow. So you can speed him up by taking a little bit of damage, and it saves you a little bit of time. And they are picking up the only sub-weapon of significance in this speedrun, which is the cross. And this is a new mechanic in Castlevania games up to this point. In Castlevania 4, you get to swing, so that's also very important. Damage boosting is very common in this speedrun. The time of completion for these runners, I would say under 40 minutes. And these guys are pretty good. Vruche is actually, I believe, number 5 on the leaderboards. I'm not sure about that, so don't quote me on that fact. But I do know that he is one of the top runners. He's from France, and I'm not sure where Nice Guy comes from, but he's also a pretty good speedrunner in this game. Ooh, okay, so Nice Guy having a little trouble with these Medusa damage boosts. It's real tricky because you gotta use the free whip when you're jumping. So that's a pretty technical damage boost right there. You're gonna see one last one from Nice Guy right there off of the pile of snakes, and already fighting the boss. Yeah, don't blink when you see these boss fights, because they go by really quickly, because the players have powered up their cross. And Nice Guy, he's gonna try and get a swag swag Triforce there. Doesn't quite get it. He is behind Vruche, I want to say, by maybe about 5 seconds or a little bit more. Several seconds at least. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of usage of the cross, because this is probably one of the few Castlevania games where the boomerang, it acts like a boomerang, and the cross, it actually goes the full length of the screen. So its usefulness comes in it just hitting multiple times, going all the way forward and backwards. Another big thing to keep an eye on is the ammo count. So you see at the top right, the players are collecting hearts, and the heart is indicative of how many times they can use the cross. So the more hearts you have, generally, it's better. You don't want to have too many hearts, because by the time you defeat a boss and collect the orb, which ends the stage, the game will count down your hearts for score. So usually you'll see the players trying to waste hearts at certain points of the game. Nice boss fight right there. Doesn't take any damage, Vruche, that is. Defeating Medusa. You're gonna see the same thing from Nice Guy. It's taking him a little bit longer. He needs to use a few more crosses and finishes off the boss. health is also a pretty big thing. You're gonna see in this this waterway, Nice Guy's actually gonna grab the health right there, and you gotta watch out for these spikes as well because they just kill you in one shot. All right, so Vruche has done this stage perfectly because you get a health refill by the time you enter stage 3. So he is down to 1 bar of health, and in he goes, coming with a health refill. All right, so stage 3, this is where the game really ramps up in difficulty because of these mudmen. You gotta be real careful because you don't want to run into those guys when they're in full form, when they're their big form. Every time you hit them, they split into 2. If you get hit by their giant form, you take 4 bars of damage. Simon has 16 bars of life, and you only want to be taking about 3 bars of damage every time. So you can take at least like 5 damage boosts or less. Any more of that, like if you take more damage than that, it messes things up. You gotta go a little bit slower, a little bit safer. Okay, so that's a nice little damage boost, gives Vruche a good shortcut. Nice Guy actually has a really good life lead going into this stage, so he might take a few more risks. And here is the big glitch right there. This is the ring glitch. Vruche having a little trouble with it, but he gets up there. If Nice Guy gets it in just a few less tries, now he's also having a little bit of trouble. But that's actually a very significant glitch because it gives you a pretty good shortcut through this area. Okay, so this is very important. Vruche taking the eyeball boost. That's another nice little shortcut. Again, this stage requires a lot of good timing and execution. You can see Nice Guy coming up to it just as well. Still a good, I mean, several seconds behind Vruche. Nicely done with that Bone Dragon. What you saw Vruche pick up there is a rosary that destroys everything on the screen. It's basically a bomb. And here's another ring glitch there from Vruche. Another nice little shortcut. Every time you whip the ring, what's happening is, oh wow, Vruche taking it a bit safe. Again, he only has 3 health, so he can't really take too much damage or else he will die. Again, with these ring glitches, every time you hit the ring from wherever you are, the ring is trying to push you away from it. So when you hit the ring from above it, it's sending you away to the top. Nice boss fight from Vruche. Let's see if Nice Guy can keep up with him. And very nicely done. The longer that boss is on the screen, it creates way more lag, so the sooner you can defeat the boss, the better. Okay, so stage 4, as you can see, there's some of these trap platforms. You gotta be careful. You gotta be real quick to jump, or else you fall into that pit and you're done. Some nice little damage boosts. Finishing off Poexel. Poexel can be kind of tricky because every time you start damaging the boss, he starts like sending this debris above on top of your head. Oh wow, Nice Guy taking quite a bit of damage. He needs to be careful. There's going to be a health pickup in the mode 7 room, but here in the rotating room, he cannot take any damage, I don't think. Both players using that same spot. Basically, all you have to do is crouch on that platform, and none of the Medusa heads should hit you. Okay, so this is very important. In this mode 7 room, the more enemies that spawn on the screen, the more lag it creates. So if you slow down at any point, or if you get knocked backwards, that is going to spawn more enemies, and thus it's going to lose you more time. Nice guy taking it safe, making sure to pick up that energy, the health, I should say. It looks like Vruche is not going for the zip. I don't know. Ooh, nice guy taking in some damage there. That's not good. He should be okay to finish the rest of the stage, though. But if he goes for the zip, that would be ill-advised. Yeah, he's not gonna go for it, so he's just gonna go through the intended way. Yeah, getting hit there was a bit unfortunate. He could have gone for the zip, and that could have gone a little bit, but I'm not too sure about his health situation. Hey, what's going on, Ken?
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you just fine. How are we doing today?
Fine, thank you. Yeah, as I was told, the race has already begun, right?
That is correct, and we have Vruche finishing up stage 4, and he gets the early orb grab. So very nicely done by Vruche. He is holding on to his lead over dat1niceguy.
Okay, nice. Here I have. Now I can see the race. Correct. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, it was a nice fight for dat1niceguy too. It's going really smoothly. Okay, so we are in stage 5. Vruche is having a nice stage so far. This stage is kinda okay. The only big problem about it is time.
Yeah, some of those harpy spawns are a little random. He didn't get trolled too badly, so should be fine until he reaches the end of the screen. It's only on this first screen where the enemy spawns get pretty trolly, but he's fine. Vruche gets through to the second screen.
Nice.
The screen is pretty much scripted. There's nothing very random about it.
Oh, there you have a trolley spawn of the harpies for dat1niceguy, but he managed it correctly. Yeah, it's okay for him.
Yeah, those harpies, they're tricky because not only are you watching out for the harpies, but you're watching out for the little flea guys that are dropping as well. And those flea guys, they get kind of unwieldy if they get loose. Okay. Also, dat1niceguy is finishing stage 5 and going to stage 6, where Vruche is going to start soon with the chandeliers. That is one of the most complicated screens of the game. This is going to be a moment of truth for both of them. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, this is a very serious screen in the speed run, because this is pretty much like, especially in a race, like if any of the players die here, it is a very significant time loss. So yeah, we're keeping an eye on Vruche. That was a very scary jump, but he makes it across.
Oh, He missed the 1 cycle, but he's going to do the 2 cycle chandeliers, which is a really, really nice pace for a race.
Yeah, 2 cycle only loses you about 5 seconds. Obviously, you want to get the best, you know, strat in the room. You want the 1 cycle, but it is very, very risky. It's very tight, and again, you only lose 5 seconds.
Oh, dat1niceguy has gone for the 3 cycles, I guess, not doing anything risky, but I can understand that, because in a race situation you want to prioritize safety first, instead of trying to save a couple of seconds at the high risk of losing a minute and a half if anything goes bad.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think really the biggest priority for Nice Guy right now is just staying alive. The stages, they're gonna get very difficult later on, and there's still potential for him to catch up. So he's got some very interesting strats going through the stages here. I'm very impressed. He's not doing like the top level strats, but it's working out for him. He's keeping up with Vruche, but he's still got some time to catch up.
Yep, and as I can see, Vruche has got the fast hellway. It's a really, really interesting strat that allows you to traverse the hellway as fast as possible, with a good pacing of the crosses, and trying to avoid especially the blood skeletons that do 4 pips of damage. Cool.
I think Nice Guy had a bit of a slip up. He fell through one of the trap platforms, so he had to go back around, take another damage boost. But he's still good on life. He's just losing a little bit more time to Vruche, so that's gonna hurt his chances for winning the race.
And there you go, Vruche is already going to the boss which we are going to see for about 2 seconds, I guess. And yeah, that was a boss.
Yeah, not even 2 seconds. That boss goes away real quickly when you get the triple class.
Yep. dat1niceguy is also doing really good. He's about to finish. Okay, here we go with stage 7, the long library. This is a really nice stage that has some really risky strats. For example, in about 1 minute we are about to watch the book jump, which is a very risky jump that saves like 3 seconds. Let's see if Vruche goes for this.
There's also an added risk to going for this book jump, because if you die, one thing we haven't really talked about is you will lose your sub weapon with every death, and there's not always a backup sub weapon. I mean, the sub weapon that these players want, they want the cross, and it's not always in every stage. So Vruche taking it safe. I don't blame him.
Yep. Vruche didn't go for the jump. I can really understand this. It's a really risky strat for a race, so he's not going for that. He's about to lose 3 or 3.5 seconds, but it's okay.
Yeah, he might be keeping an eye on his opponent as well. You might see some variance in the strats, maybe some safety strats in the later stages for Vruche if he's going to keep this lead.
Yep. Let's see if dat1niceguy goes for this. I am not so sure about it. But
he takes a nice little damage boost that saves a little bit of time. I mean, he had the setup, but it looks like he backed out of it. He needs to be careful because okay. I was a bit worried because he killed the red skeleton, and then it revived just as he was about to jump over. But he was prepared for it.
It seems that dat1niceguy at first wanted to do it, but at the last moment he backed up. And yeah, that's the reason why the timing for the red skeleton was kind of scary for him, but he managed to do it correctly. Oh, Vruche is already finishing stage 7, so he's going to stage 8. Perhaps the most difficult stage in the whole game. It's really risky because the general rule for stage 8 is every single thing that has spikes will kill you instantly.
Yeah, not to mention all the enemies that are in your way. You see a lot of these bone pillars. Vruche is taking some damage boosts here.
Oh, interesting. Nice.
Using the invincibility frames to avoid these spikes, and another eyeball boost. Again, you see he's down to 1 life, but he's still alive. He just needs to make sure he doesn't take any more damage, and he should be able to make it to the health pickup later in the stage.
Yep, he's pretty much saved. He really did a nice first screen, taking lots of boosts. So he's about to save an additional time in this stage compared to probably what dat1niceguy is about to do. I don't think that he's going to get it so risky.
Yeah, you can just see the confidence in Vruche's movement. Just a very experienced runner of the game. And yeah, nice guy taking it safe. Again, I don't blame him. You don't want to touch any of these spikes. That will further lose him more time. And he's still in this race.
The big question now is Vruche gonna do the Vegas bet?
Yeah, we'll have to see. It looks like he's down to very little life. So yeah, he is taking it very safe. No, he's just gonna wait for the bridge to reappear. He needs to make sure he gets across before the blocks disappear on him.
Yeah, the Vegas bridge was kind of scary, but he's a very experienced runner, so he managed to do it correctly. And that was the monster, another boss, which we are about to see him for a couple of seconds before he's gone. Yeah, and now we go with Vruche to stage 9, the treasury. One of the longest stages in the game. This is a really complicated stage because you will have skeletons that throw bones, and you will have platforms that disappear as you walk by them. dat1niceguy is also going for the monster already. He had a nice bridge, and he's about to finish the monster and go to stage 9 as well. I dare to say that the time differential between both runners is about 30 to 45 seconds. It's a really nice difference considering the fact that Vruche is one of the top players of the game in the whole world.
Alright, this is really nice by Vruche right there too. Swing across the rings and actually not take any damage from that bone dragon. It's taking intentional damage there, so you can just walk up the stairs, grabbing the meat, and again, a lot of these sections where you just gotta swing across just to get through the screen. It's a bit of a risky jump there for niceguy, jumping over the skeleton. He takes a little bit of damage, but he's still alive.
Wow, that was scary. Yep, and Vruche did things correctly. He didn't go for a really fast track in the spikes bridge, taking some safety over there, but he did it correctly. Now Vruche is going for the big climb right before the boss. And he does it correctly, yeah. And now we are going for the boss, the soft bat. as you may know, this boss has two phases. The first phase is the big bat. You have to whip him 22 times. At the 22nd time, he will break down into 3 smaller bats. And in that second phase is in which you are going to follow the process to quick kill the boss. Nice!
Yeah, it was really nicely done. Almost perfect for Vruche. Nice guy taking that damage boost. Again, those little holes there create sort of a vacuum, and they try to immobilize Simon in that one part. But the bullets from the bone pillar will damage boost you, and you can just walk through the other bone dragon that's in your way.
Cool. Okay, so now we are going to stage A. The clock tower. This is a stage that has one of the best songs of the game, our fan favorite, Bloody Tears.
This is also a very dangerous stage, just because of how many enemies there are, and you can just fall into these pits very easily. But Vruche, he is he's looking unstoppable right now.
Yep, Vruche did a really risky strat over there with that skeleton knight. That is kind of scary, and he did correctly. Yep. dat1niceguy also finishing with the Sabbath 5, and he's also going to go right now to stage A. Yep, I dare say that the time differential between both runners is staying consistently. This is a really nice run for both of them. Vruche going for a semi-fast climb. That strat that he did with the bone dragon in order to quick grab the ring is complicated, but he did it correctly. He didn't do the fastest strat possible that was recently developed by Tukat, I think. He didn't do that, but it was also really a good climb. Oh, a middle spawn for the mummy. He's not going to have a 1 cycle, he's going to have, I think, a 2 cycle, which is a nice fight in a race.
Yeah, it looks like he got 2 pretty bad spawns. The mummy can spawn in 4 different areas, and the ones that you want are actually on either side of the screen. If it's in the middle, it's no good. The best spawns are either on the bottom left or on the top right. So Vruche getting 2 middle spawns, it's kind of par for the course. The mummy's very RNG heavy, and he takes a 2 cycle, but he's still holding onto this lead. He is in good shape to win this race. It's always a sort of scary spot there with the crumbling blocks there to fall off and then grab the stairs at the bottom of the first screen. Here in stage B, Vruche is doing a bit of a lag reduction strat here. You have to kill these bats by jumping and whipping in the other direction. The screen gets very laggy, so it can be really tough to control what you're doing. And Nice Guy actually gets a pretty good spawn here. This is one of the better patterns that you can get from Mummy. So let's see if he gets the 1 cycle. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. He was just 1 hit away, I think. Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Nice Guy. And we see a death from Vruche. That's actually going to slow him down pretty big. So he needs to collect these hearts and get his ammo up again. So that was, I'm not really sure what happened with Vruche there, but in any case, that 1 death is really going to slow him down. If there is a backup cross on this stage, he needs to grab it, and he needs to get himself some power-ups if he wants to maintain his lead. So it's a real tough situation for him to be right now. Okay, very nicely done. The backup strat there. Developed by DBX. We see Nice Guy also without a cross. I guess he also took a death. That is very unfortunate because he had a good chance of catching up, and he takes another death right there.
Oh, that is so sad. He's taking another death, and he's going to start from the beginning of stage B.
Stage B, wow, quite the turnaround for our players. It seemed like everything was going well for them, and stage B happened, and yeah, it just really got to our players here.
So now we are starting with Vruche having the fight with Slogra, perhaps one of the most RNG bosses in the whole game. Slogra can be really aggressive, and he is. He knows when we are having a race, so he starts attacking Vruche every single time. Wow! Wow!
Yeah, Slogra living up to its reputation. Well, what can we say? The toughest guy in here. This is the boss rush right here. You're gonna see the second boss, Guy Bomb, and he is significantly easier than his counterpart before him.
The interesting part about Guy Bomb is that if you go for the quick kill, you are going to see him half a cycle in the first phase, half a cycle in the second phase. It's really fast and really nice to watch. And he did. Now we are going for death.
Yeah, this is really interesting to see the difference between Vruche and Nice Guy here, because it looks like Nice Guy is not familiar with the backup strat that Vruche had done earlier. So he goes into Slogra without the cross or any power-ups. He's just gonna go with whip only.
It was also really interesting to watch the fight against death by Vruche. He had so few hearts. He conserved those hearts into the fight, and that is a really nice opportunity to watch how a speedrunner prioritizes the uses of the hearts in case of being very short on hearts. That was really nice to see.
Yeah, you can see the experience really paying off for Vruche.
Yep.
Again, one of the former winners of this tournament, so could be Vruche again to reclaim his title. So we'll see. This match is already one of the semifinals, so a win here would put Vruche into good contention.
Yep, and we are now finally in the last phase of Dracula, a really nice song, and now Dracula is going to start attacking with lightning pillars. This should be all nice.
So besides that, that one death in stage B for Vruche, very nice run.
Yep. So GG's to Vruche, a really nice win, a clean race, and he finishes with 33-53. A really nice time. On the other hand, we have dat1niceguy fighting death, having a whip-only fight against death. He's doing really nice. Be careful with the big side. Oh, he receives a hit by the big side. The big side does 5 pips of damage. Is the costliest hit in the whole game. Finally, we have that one nice guy going for the secret area before the Dracula fight, in which you get 99 hearts and a 3 cross. Now with the 3 cross, he is going to go for the fight against Dracula. This is going to be about a minute and a half before that one nice guy finishes the race. Let's see.
Yeah, the first phase isn't too hard. Again, the most effective way of fighting Dracula is with the cross. If you're just constantly throwing the cross across the screen, usually most of these spawns, it should be effective. The first phase, you see Dracula shooting out these fireballs, and then the second phase, you have these flames that are homing in on you. So as soon as they spawn, you're gonna see Nice Guy. He's making sure to be very safe about where he's standing and whipping the homing flames. And he gets a nice little bonus there, some Dracula fireball meat. That doesn't always happen. It's very dependent on what sort of life value that Dracula has, but Nice Guy getting very fortunate and easily wrapping up the race for him.
Yep, so that was the race for that one nice guy. He's about to take the orb. I guess that he's going to have the 630. Let's see. So yeah, this was a really nice race by both of them. No major problems up to stage B. I think that Vruche had 1 death and that one nice guy had 2 deaths. Okay, he takes the orb. GG's to that one nice guy. That was a really nice race by him. Congratulations to both of them.
Yeah, again, Castlevania 4, one of the toughest speedruns in most of the Castlevania series. So props to these guys for completing the speedrun under 40 minutes. And yeah, we definitely have more matches of the Super Castlevania 4 tournament happening later on, but I'm not sure when the players have that scheduled. So keep an eye out for that. Again, Vruche is our winner today, and congratulations.